You burst out of your egg like a confused little sausage with legs. Congratulations, you're a tardigrade. Invisible to the human eye, yet fully equipped with 8 stubby legs, tiny claws, and a tube-shaped mouth that makes you look perpetually surprised. Your first sensation? Wetness. You're floating inside a microscopic droplet of water clinging to moss on an ancient oak tree, deep in the forest. This one droplet, it's your entire universe, a moist, miniature world that humans walk past every day without a clue. You instinctively look around for your mother, hoping for some guidance on what to do next. But she's already ghosted. No hugs, no goodbyes, just laid her eggs and vanished faster than a dad on a cigarette run. You take your first wobbly steps through the droplet, limbs flailing awkwardly. Not exactly graceful, but hey, no one's judging. Except maybe some bacteria, and they don't have eyes anyway. The water feels perfect. Wet is definitely your vibe. You're just starting to figure out how to walk when your entire universe starts shrinking. The sun's rising, the droplet is evaporating. Fast. Panic sets in. You're drying out. Your first real threat isn't a predator. It's physics. As the last molecules of water vanish, your body kicks into survival mode. You don't die like a regular creature. Instead, you shrivel into what scientists call a ton state, a dried out husk of yourself. Metabolism nearly zero. Life technically paused. Hours pass, maybe days. Time doesn't matter when you're basically dust. Then, mercy. Rain falls. Water seeps back into your little body. Like magic, you rehydrate and spring back to life. No worse for wear. Your first brush with death, and you didn't even know it was supposed to be fatal. Turns out your superpower is being practically unkillable. But you don't know that yet. You're just hungry. Stomach growling, you waddle over to a patch of algae and jab it with your mouth tube. Slop. The cell's contents disappear like the world's tiniest smoothie. Not exactly fine dining, but in the micro world, you eat what you can get. Just as you're savoring your snack, a shadow moves. A nematode. Think. Worm from a garden, but microscopic and terrifying. To a human, it's harmless. To you, it's a wolf and you're a chicken nugget. It circles your droplet 10 times your size and very interested in making you its next meal. You've been alive less than a day and already you're on the lunch menu. You scramble. Your stubby legs paddle through the water. You're not built for speed, you're built for survival. And survival kicks in. Just as the nematode lunges, you involuntarily shrivel again, another ton state. Not because you thought it through, because you were literally scared dry. The nematode freezes. What was once a plump, wriggling snack now looks like a microscopic raisin. It nudges you. No movement, no sign of life, nothing tasty. After a few more pokes, it slithers off, bored. You did it. You played dead so well, you basically became dead. Temporarily, until a dew droplet hits you again. And boom, you're back. Limbs unfurl and you breathe the microscopic version of what the hell just happened. Welcome to cryptobiosis, the tardigrade's party trick. You're not just hard to kill, you're practically immortal. Rehydrated and slightly traumatized, you're ready for your next challenge. Growing up in a world where everything wants to eat you. But here's the kicker. You were born a fully formed mini adult. No larval stages, no awkward tween years, just tiny, complete, and ready to roll. Talk about peaking early. The next few weeks are a blur of gorging on anything you can suck through your straw-like mouth, algae, bacteria, plant cells. You're the micro-world version of a college freshman at a free buffet. Your strategy: stop, slurp, move on. Every day's a new hazard. Sometimes your droplet dries out, and sends you back into ton state. Other times it floods and washes you somewhere new. Once you find yourself in a puddle, packed with other microorganisms, the kind humans might swallow accidentally while swimming. To them, you're the weird new kid. To you, it's a world of fresh meals and new threats. Predators lurk everywhere, especially rotifers, tiny creatures with spinning mouths that create whirlpools to suck in food. You've learned to spot the telltale currents they make and wobble the other way. Not graceful, but it works. One morning, disaster strikes again. The temperature drops overnight, and your water droplet begins to freeze. For most microscopic creatures, this is game over. Ice crystals form inside cells, tearing through membranes like glass shards. But not you. As the freezing begins, your body activates a special defense. Proteins that block ice from slicing your insides to pieces. You slip into yet another variation of your ton state, cryobiosis. Your metabolism hits pause. The entire droplet becomes a frozen bubble of silence, and you hang there, suspended like a prehistoric mosquito trapped in amber. Days pass, maybe weeks, but time means nothing in suspended animation. Eventually, the spring sun returns. Your icy prison melts, and you just wake up. No frostbite, no damage, not even a microscopic case of the sniffles. Just another casual Tuesday in the life of a tardigrade. What's it like to keep pausing and unpausing your own existence? It's like everyone else is playing life on normal mode while you've got the ability to hit save game and come back later. But there's a catch. Every time you unpause, the world has changed. This time, 8 months have passed. You're now fully grown. Still microscopic, yes, but at 0.5 millimeters long, you're basically a giant in tardigrade terms, about the size of the period at the end of this sentence. Doesn't sound impressive? Well, you started life 10 times smaller. Your see-through body has a soft, pudgy, bear-like shape that might even be cute if humans could see you without a microscope. As your senses come back online, you realize you're no longer in your mossy birthplace. The freeze-thaw cycle has carried you somewhere new. Garden soil in someone's backyard. Around you, clumps of dirt rise like skyscrapers. Thick plant roots tower above like redwoods. It's a whole new biome. First priority? Food. 8 months on pause has left you starving. You spot a patch of algae growing in a film of moisture. Time to feast. You waddle over, legs moving in an awkward rhythm that would be deeply embarrassing if anyone important were watching. You stab a cell with your tube mouth and slurp it dry, like you're sipping juice from a microscopic box. One down, maybe 100 more to go before you're full. Then you see it. Movement. Another tardigrade about your size scuttling through the soil, but this one's different. She's female. Your tiny tardigrade heart, yes, you have one, skips a beat. After months of solitude, finding another of your kind feels like spotting a celebrity in the wild. Mating for tardigrades isn't exactly romantic. No dinner dates, no soft lighting, no bad pickup lines about water bears and wet habitats. It's more like awkward microscale square dancing. You approach carefully, make the wrong move, and she might decide you're a snack, not a soulmate. The courtship, if you can call it that, involves both of you circling each other, waving your front legs in what scientists generously describe as a mating dance. Realistically, it looks like synchronized jazz hands with 8 legs. Then the real action begins. And yeah, it's weird. You could probably catch it on her OnlyFans. She was recording, maybe for some tardigrade documentary or species-exclusive content. For your kind, it's pretty straightforward. You release sperm, she collects it. Quick, clinical, 15 minutes tops. Then she leaves. Didn't even split the views with you? Back to the solo grind of eating, avoiding death, and hoping you made a genetic mark. She'll lay anywhere from 1 to 30 eggs, sometimes out in the wild, sometimes tucked inside her old molted skin like a microscopic baby carriage. Maybe your DNA made the cut. Maybe not. Female tardigrades don't always need a male. Sometimes they just decide, thanks, but no thanks, and do it solo. After a lifetime of dodging death, passing existence like it's a Netflix binge, and surviving extremes that would make even cockroaches wince, you're officially old, at least by tardigrade standards. But there's no retirement in this world. One day, disaster strikes again. This time in the form of a garden shovel. Your cozy soil home gets scooped up and flung aside like yesterday's compost. You land in a dry, sun-blasted corner of the yard. No shade, no moisture, no mercy. The heat ramps up, the soil bakes, and your instincts kick in. You go into ton mode almost automatically now. Systems shut down. Legs curl in. Your body shrinks into a raisin-shaped survival capsule. Just another Tuesday. But this time feels different. Maybe it's the sheer number of times you've dehydrated and rehydrated. Maybe it's the brutal exposure. Either way, something deep inside says this pause might last longer than usual. Here's the thing about being a tardigrade. You're basically immortal with some small print. You can tank radiation, vacuum, pressure stronger than the ocean's deepest trenches. But you're not invincible. Sustained heat over 150 degrees Fahrenheit, that'll fry the very proteins that protect your cells. Certain chemicals, they'll dissolve your defenses. And if something crushes you or eats you while you're in ton state, game over. So now you wait. Again. Maybe a breeze will carry you to a better place. Maybe rain will fall next week, next decade, next century, and you'll spring back to life like it was all a long nap. Or maybe you'll end up in a lab where curious humans blast you with space radiation or dump you in liquid nitrogen just to see if you'll survive. Nobody really knows how long a tardigrade can stay in ton state and still come back. Some have revived after 30 years. Could be longer, could be forever. You're not dead, but you're not quite alive. You exist in the ultimate limbo, a microscopic water bear, curled into a husk, floating in time, waiting for the universe to press